Hi friends, welcome to the channel. July is already upon us and that means more games are releasing. Check out my list of these 10 games that I'm most anticipating for the month of July. And of course, if you like what I do and you want to see more, consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. Okay, let's get to the list. I literally just played the demo for Cat Melco during Steam Next Fest and I had such a fun time. Organizing the post office and being able to locate packages for customers gave me such a satisfying feeling. I also really love putting stamps on packages and trying to Tetris them onto the boat. I was so bummed out when the demo ended. Luckily, the wait isn't too long since Cat Melco is releasing on July 6th to the PC, so I can go back to sorting my packages in just a short wait. Of course, a day later, my whole life will probably be consumed by Moonlight Peaks, which is releasing on July 7th to the PC, Nintendo Switch, and Google Play games. Even though I'm not getting it on mobile, I'm incredibly curious how the mobile version is going to be like and whether the controls are going to be easy. So if you do end up getting the game on mobile, let me know. Moonlight Peaks is a supernatural life sim game, and the thing that really grabbed my attention was all the different magical spells that you can cast in order to make farming a breeze. I'm super excited to meet all of the interesting residents in town and find my perfect match. Will it be a werewolf that steals my heart, or maybe another vampire? There isn't too much longer to wait. Then on July 15th, we have Cozy Grove Camp Spirit releasing to PC and consoles. The game is already out on iOS and Android via Netflix Games, so if you cannot wait to play, then you can definitely hop over there to try it out today. This is the sequel to Cozy Grove, which was released back in 2021, and it adds more characters, more companions, and a new setting. Cozy Grove is definitely the kind of game where you play for a little bit each day, so if you're looking for a more casual game to fit into your busy schedule, then this one might be worth checking out. We have quite a few games releasing on July 16th I'm interested in. The first one is Go-Go Town, which will be releasing to 1.0 on both PC and the Nintendo Switch. This is a really interesting simulation city builder where you're suddenly tossed into the role of mayor and it's your job to build the town and decorate to your heart's content. I can definitely say that there is a lot of resource gathering in this incremental simulation games from all the hours that I've put into early access. However, I really enjoy the flow of gathering resources and using them to make new buildings and making my town look super cool. Go-Go Town also supports 4-player online co-op, so you don't have to build your city alone. Bring your friends, cause chaos, ride your favorite vehicles, and build your best town together. The other game getting a 1.0 release on July 16th to the PC and consoles is Farlands. In this farming simulation game set in space, you've bought an entire planet, so it's time to farm interesting intergalactic crops and restore your little planet. You can hop onto your ship and explore different planets to collect resources and even meet a handful of people still living on these remote planets. I'm personally really interested in exploring the different planets and see how the game combines traditional farming with space travel. If you've always wanted to farm in space like me, then now might be your chance. Of course, also releasing on July 16th to the PC, Switch, and PlayStation is the Mermaid Mask. This is a detective adventure game with lots of nautical and magical related puzzles surrounding a murder in a submarine. I've always loved detective point-and-click games, and the visuals and themes of this one seem so up my alley. I also like the thought of being able to examine clues and question the suspects to figure out who done it. Although I would never be personally caught dead in a submarine in real life, I am quite excited to jump on board the Tortuga submarine and find answers in this game. On July 23rd, High Times is releasing to the PC. This is a dating and cooking simulation game where you play as a donut therapist to cook up mood-changing donuts to help customers with their problems. I played the demo and really loved the donut cooking aspect of the game. I am such a sucker for a good cooking game now that I think about it, so I felt like this game was just made for me. I mean, there's cooking and relationships and donuts. What else could I want? The characters in High Times are interesting and your choices matter as they can affect your relationships with others and the endings that you can get. If you're a fan of cooking and visual novel dating sim games, then this might be the donut shop that you've been looking for. July 27th sees the release of Kinny and the Cosmic Cauldron releasing to the PC. In this interesting deck building roguelike game, you're in charge of cooking up interesting dishes in your cauldron with a variety of ingredients that interact with each other when they touch. I played the demo for this a while ago and I'm very excited to see what the full version plays like. I had a really good time just adding random ingredients into my cauldron and seeing them all bounce around and interact with each other. I don't really know what it all means yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll be a master of synergizing ingredients together the more that I play. On July 29th, The Village in the Shade is releasing on PC, the PS5, and the Nintendo Switch. The art style instantly caught my attention. It is just so beautiful and dreamy to look at. Of course, there's something sinister going on in this game as well, since there's the bizarre rule of not being able to talk to strangers, not being able to leave the village, and definitely not being able to go out at night. I'm obviously not sure what it all means, but I'm super stoked to find out, and also a little anxious because who knows what lurks in the shadows, to be honest. This game was supposed to release in fall of 2026, so I'm actually super happy that they pushed up their release date so I could get my hands on it faster. And last but not least, releasing on July 30th is Leafy Corner for the PC and consoles. This is another demo that I just played at Steam Next Fest, and it really captured my attention from the way that you can watch plants grow in your little shop. I like being able to get new seeds, pots, and decorations, and filling up my shop with all sorts of beautiful and thriving plants. If you want a low-stress plant shop sim game, then Leafy Corner might just be that breath of fresh air. There are other games that I'm looking forward to coming out in July, such as Rhythm Heaven Groove, which is actually coming out tomorrow, that didn't make it onto this list. So let me know what your most anticipated game is that's coming out in July. Leave me a comment so I can also enjoy your games, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, bye!